So, you've worked your butt off to develop a course in Articulate Storyline. Now you need to send it off to get some feedback from your stakeholders or subject matter experts, or maybe you simply need a place to host it on the web so others can view it. How can you do that? Well, I'll show you how you can do all of that by using Articulate Review 360. So stick around. Hey there folks, Slade here from the eLearning Designers Academy. If you've worked to build a course in Articulate Storyline, one of the things you'll likely need to do is send it off for your stakeholders and subject matter experts to review so that you can get their feedback and make their edits, or maybe you simply need a quick and simple place to host your Storyline project on the web so that you can generate a link and share it on your portfolio for the world to see. Well, the good news is that if you have a license to Articulate 360, then you already have all the tools you need to do this simply by using Review 360. So before we jump over to Articulate Storyline and I show you how to publish your course to Articulate Review, let's answer this question. What is Articulate Review 360? Well, it's simple. Review 360 is simply an online collaboration tool that lets you publish your Articulate Storyline courses to the web, which generates a link and lets you send that link off to others to view your course. And trust me when I tell you what a time saver this is, because when I was first getting started in e-learning and instructional design, I used to actually have to publish my courses to a CD, like burn it to a CD and literally mail it off for my stakeholders and SMEs to review. I mean, it was archaic times back then. We were practically creating e-learning with sticks and stones. We've come a long way. Now, one last thing I'll say about Articulate Review is that it's also a really great option for hosting your Storyline projects for your portfolio. Because you can generate a public link, that means that you can just publish and host your Storyline projects directly in Review, rather than going through all of the technical hoops of hosting your projects for the web via Google Cloud or Amazon S3. So that's another great option. So with that all out of the way, let's jump over to Articulate Storyline so I can show you how to publish your courses to Review 360. All right, so here we are in Articulate Storyline, and I have this course that I've been working on consultative sales. And what I want to do is publish it to Review 360 so that I can not only send this off to my stakeholders and SMEs to review, but eventually I want to host this on my portfolio as well. And I can do all of that in Review 360. So let's publish this to Review 360. To do that, from the Home tab in the ribbon, I'm going to go to my Publish option here, and it's going to open up my Publish window. And the very first tab here is to publish to Review 360. And again, you need an Articulate 360 account to do this. Now we have a couple of different options here. We can publish this as a new item in Review 360, or if I had previously published this, I could overwrite a previous version and have different versions of my project hosted on Review 360. In this case, I'm going to create a new item, and here's my name, Consultative Sales 101. And I don't need to play with any of the other options here, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Publish. And what Articulate's going to do is it's going to publish the course, it's going to make it work, and it's going to go ahead and upload it directly to Review 360. And depending on the size of your project and the speed of your computer and your internet connection speed, it might take a few moments. So we'll just give it a moment here. All right, so now that it's done publishing and uploading my course to Review 360, I'm going to go ahead and click this option here to view the project. And it's going to open up my internet browser and take me to my Articulate 360 account here. And now we have my fully functional course here hosted on Review 360, right? And what's great about this is now that it's here on the web and it's in Articulate Review 360, I can use this tool to not only manage feedback, but I can send this off to anyone that I would like, right? So you'll notice up here in the upper right corner, I have the option to share here. And I can go ahead and copy this link, and I can share this with anybody in the world. And the great thing is as I mentioned earlier, they don't have to have a subscription to Articulate 360 or even access to Storyline in order to view this course. I can send this to anybody. And you'll see this option here to allow users without Articulate IDs to view the course, which is great. And even if I wanted to, I could set a password if I wanted the password to protect the work, if it was proprietary or something like that. Now, while we're here in Review 360, if I were to send that off to my stakeholders and SMEs to review, the great thing is that they can come in here and add their comments and say things like, oh, I love the look and feel of this course. Great. They could post their feedback, and I would get alerted every time somebody comments on my course. And I could reply and manage the feedback and view all of my feedback here in the Feedback tab. And it takes a little screenshot wherever somebody made a comment within the course. So it's a really great collaboration tool for collecting and managing all of your course feedback, right? So that's the primary purpose of Articulate Review. Now, I'll show you a secondary way that I like to use Articulate Review. One of the things that people always struggle with is figuring out where to host their storyline projects on the web for the sake of their portfolio. So I actually host all of my portfolio projects in Articulate Review rather than doing something more complicated on the web. And the great thing is that you can just publish it to review. And what I often do is I will just come in here and disable the comments. And then I can just copy this link and link directly from my portfolio to this. And if I go ahead and open up a incognito window and paste my link in here, this is what anyone would see when they check out my portfolio. They can't make comments, but they can check out the fully functioning version of my course. So it's pretty easy peasy. All right, so that's how you can publish and host an Articulate Storyline project on Review 360. And of course, if you'd like to check out more of my Articulate Storyline videos and tutorials, check out the link to my full playlist down in the description. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to learn more about growing your instructional design and e-learning career by focusing on your skills first, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button to get alerted the next time I publish a video like this one. And of course, join me inside the e-learning designers community with the link down in the comments to connect and learn with others who are also working to build and grow their instructional design and e-learning development skills and careers. Otherwise, my name is Tim Slade, and until next time, I'll see you around.